Day. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Hey everybody, thank y'all for joining me. I know my time is different today. It's because I had a tennis lesson this morning at 8. And, I knew I wasn't going to be back by 9:30, so I set it up for 10:30. But it's normally 9:30, and it'll always be 9:30. But thank y'all for joining me. I really appreciate it. What's up, Jason Flint? Thank y'all to the NTZ crew. Welcome, JH. Appreciate everything y'all do to keep this a safe and respectful live stream. We got a lot to talk about. Now, I'm not joking this time, man. It's some crazy stuff been going on over here, man. What's up, Wonders of Life? Brian Nichols. Yeah, I'm normally on at 9:30, but just this one time, I played tennis for the first time yesterday, man. I tell you what, if my woman didn't give me a massage last night, I wouldn't be here, man. I was sore. I could hardly even move, man. And she got to get me together today because, man, this guy that I'm playing with, he's the tennis pro over to the tennis club, but, they're having renovations done. So I've hired him to get me back together, man. Any tennis players out there? Because, you can play all year round here. See, when I get back to Kentucky, if I get back, because I may end up, the way things is going, man, I may end up taking up this guy on his offer for this work visa. And I don't think I even want to leave, man. But I'll wait for a couple more people to get on before we get started. Jason, how was the trip in Vegas, man? I got one video I got a couple of videos from Ingram. He was in Hoover Dam, then one, he was in Jollibee, then one, y'all were looking at each other at the restaurant. What's up, Frank Ellis? Anwar Kente. Hey, King Arthur, checking in from sunny San Diego. Let me ask you, King, how far do you live from Balboa Park? Jade said, I must be running late from a tune-up. Now, that was early this morning, maybe like 5 o'clock. She gave me an oil change. I didn't get a tune-up. She gave me an oil change, and I like those oil changes. Hey, Carmen Greenwood, nice to see you. Retired 2019 said, Calvin, what happened to your live stream time? I had a tennis lesson today at 8 o'clock, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to get back in time, and I apologize, but it's 9:30 normally, and it will be. I'm not going to change that. Hey, Tim Gun Lover and Sean Stetzer. Greetings, brother. Jason Flint said, I used to play tennis with my daddy at tennis rackets, and my mom also. Yeah, I love tennis. I mean, if you've ever played, you know how addicting it is. My next door neighbor, Nifty, he had come over here for Booby's birthday, and I asked him, could I play with them? And he said, yeah, he came and got me yesterday, man. We had a ball, but man, was I sore. Hey, Levon White, good to see you, brother. Oh, okay, Tim Gun Love. He said, I apply for my passport tomorrow. Then it's 16 weeks. Now, somebody was on here that told me that there's a backlog in the passport system. Said it's taken 8 to 9 months, sometimes up to 2 years. I was like, wow. David Nacello says, hell, he's just back from Las Vegas too. He said, hot as hell. 111, 112 every day I was there. What's up, Sam Champion? Yeah, I'm going to get you that address today. My girlfriend's going to give it to me. Jason Flint said the trip was cool. I had a great time when they went to Hoover Dam. I went to In-N-Out Burger and the mall. It was great. Rob has all the pics, so he got to sift through them. Pics should be coming soon. Oh, okay, Rob, is he the one from Alaska? What's up, Jacob Tanjay? Thanks, brother. RC in Jacksonville said, house is looking good. Thanks for the updates. I appreciate it, RC. I'm going to do one later on today. I stopped by there yesterday and took the night watchman. He's the night watchman. And also, he works at night, second shift, I guess. I took him one of these last night, my favorite drinks, the blue, and some snacks. And I saw where they had the material for the ceiling. So hopefully when I get through there today, probably around, I'm going to go there probably around 5:30. Maybe it's already put up. I love LaChan. What's going on? Smoky Mountain Mother, I see you. Hello, Lovey Muse. Yeah, let me tell y'all something, man. This is crazy. I got some, before we get started on the subject, because a lot of people have been asking me about ATMs, about how to get money over here. So we're going to talk about it today. But, okay, a former U.S. diplomat, he's former now because they fired his butt. He was sent home from the U.S. Embassy in Manila after they found out that he was having an affair with with a 10th grade girl over here. Now the Philippine authorities is coming after him, and they're trying to get him expedited here. But sounds to me like an extortion case because it happened back in February, and they just found out. She came forward in June, found out he was sending her money. So I guess they tried to get more money out of him than he was willing to get. So she turned him in. But when it came time for the arraignment, he didn't show up, of course, and she didn't show up. But they're going on with the charges. But I was just telling y'all about this on my video about prostitution being illegal over here, but tolerated. Yesterday I was saying, even though it happens most of the time with locals, foreigners is big news because this happens all the time. It wasn't long ago that a security guard down in Cebu, he actually killed he was 38. He was dating a 14-year-old. It was okay with her parents. He ended up killing her because she was trying to break up with him. But remember, the foreigner gets the better news. But yeah, he was getting high with her too. And his name was Dean Edward Chavez. He was getting high with her, and he tripled down. She's in the 10th grade. He's getting high with her, and he's recording everything. So they got him, and now they said that the United States government is even charging him now because when he got back, they found some, child pornography type videos on his laptop in his embassy office. So, yeah, he did everything wrong. But, man, yeah, they got him. But, see, here's his big mistake, too. Not only was she too young, but he was bragging to her. Remember I tell you guys to be humble, man. Don't start talking finances the minute you meet somebody. Here he is. He's bragging. He told the girl, I'm a U.S. diplomat. I work at the embassy and blah, blah, blah. He was 49, by the way. She's in the 10th grade. They didn't tell how old she was, but she probably was 17, to be honest with you, because a lot of these kids, normally if you're in the 10th grade, you're 15. But a lot of kids, they miss years because, they can't afford to go to school. But yeah, he's in big trouble. Dean Edward Chavez. They got his butt. But some sad news, man. A Frenchman died. This was in. I was just talking about Tacloban on my dating disasters video where he died in a motorcycle crash into clothing. Now, it's crazy because they said that he was coming from the beach on Sunday and suddenly fell from the motorcycle and hit the steel fence of a roadside market. Now, either he was drunk or he had a heart attack, because they said he suddenly fell from the motorcycle and hit the steel fence of a roadside market. My condolences go out to his family, man. It's a foreigner's worst nightmare, guys, to die over here. But I try to warn y'all, the most dangerous place in the Philippines is on the road. Behind the wheel of a car, whether you're the passenger, riding a motorcycle, even my bike, man. I had a close call the other day. Let me get you guys somewhere. Oh, wow. Okay. Smoky Mountain Modeler said, I checked at my local post office and they said an 18 to 20 week wait. Wow. That would be, yeah, that's a long time. Yeah, it's 4 to 6 months, 4 to 5 months. Terry Dell said, yeah, laugh out loud, muscles you didn't know you had. Yeah. I tell you what, if anybody's played tennis and you haven't played in a long time, and you get back out there, yeah, you have muscles you didn't remember you had. Hey, JH, thanks for that super chat. He said, down payment towards Thai food for you and John. Okay, because I'm going to tell you something, man. The more that I see about the United States, man, I may not even go back. I may take up this guy here. I may take up his offer, man. Travel Mike, what's up, man? Oh, okay, Jason Flint said, Calvin, there's a backlog, but not 2 years yet. It's delayed for sure. Pay and get your passport expedited. I always do, man. I can't wait that long. I always pay that extra money and get it expedited. Come back in 2 weeks. I don't know what it is now. Thank you, Jacob Tanjay. Oh, okay. Jason Flint said, sorry, Bobby G has the picks. Okay. Is Bobby G on here today? I usually chat with him. I was going to ask him. Terry Dell said, hey, Calvin, have you thought about applying for citizenship there? No, I haven't, Terry. It's not even something I would even consider. But see, this guy, he comes forward. I mean, this guy's rich and he's powerful. I mean, he's super rich and super powerful. He could do it. He could easily do it, And I'm going to sit on it for a little bit longer, and see if I really want to go back or not. What's up, Eric Terry? But yeah, he could get that done in a New York minute. And he told my girlfriend that too. He said, I can get it done. Just let me know if he wants to do it. So I may do that. J.A. said rule number 1. Yeah, see, but he's over here, JH, bragging about, I work at the embassy and how we do. That's the biggest mistake we can make, guys. Okay, now, see, remember I told y'all over here, this place is a unicorn. Now they're requiring their bus drivers and the jeepney drivers and the conductors to wear a air purifier necklace over here. They go online because I never heard of that. This is only the Philippines overdoing it again. They got the mask, they got the shield. Now they're talking about the air purifying necklace. Although, let me remind you, scientists already have said there's no proof that it even works against the COVID. They're requiring it now. And not only that, but these guys, they don't make a lot of money. They're paying anywhere from 600 pesos to 2,000 pesos for this thing. What's next? I said right here, a bubble suit. Over here, I wouldn't put it past the Philippines. They're reaching now, really. But that's because this Delta's raging over here now. It's not like in America it's raging, but, they've got some things they can do over here. They just don't have the vaccines. But Yeah, they're requiring these air purifier necklaces. This is over the top. They're going too far. Travel Mike said my ex-Filipino wife was 21 and looked 16. I made her show me, and her ID before we ever got to the hotel. I wasn't taking any chances. Well, that's that's how it is, Mike. And I tell anybody that, believe it or not, from 18 to about 25, man, they look underage over here. But yeah, some guy says the best way to send the money is Bitcoin. Cody, Wyoming, said best way to send money is Bitcoin. And I have to say I was wrong about this Axie thing. Well, I'm so far, because my girlfriend's daughter, she's a a scholar. So she's working for somebody doing these games and stuff like that. Well, hell, she earned 9,000 pesos. She got to go pick it up at M Lawyer today. So maybe everybody's going to quit their jobs over here and start playing Axie Infinity. I guess if a 15-year-old can earn 9,000 in 2 weeks, hell, I might quit my YouTube and start doing it myself. Hell, that's good money. Hey, K-Rum, aloha from Hawaii. Sunshine Shoulders. Thanks, brother. Buffalo Dance is checking in from south of the Muskogee Reservation in Oklahoma. What's up, gang? That air purifier that's OA, man. But they're saying also, and this is coming from Carlito Galvez Jr. So he's even got a gangster name, Carlito. He says some cities, particularly in Metro Manila, are expected to achieve herd immunity, 70% of their population vaccinated as early as September. Now, will they do a green lane tourism in Manila up there in the NCR area? I don't know, but this is what he's saying, because he said so far, 41% fully vaccinated, 62% has the first dose. This is up in Metro Manila, which is the NCR area. It's like 13, almost 14 million people up there. It's a lot of people. So, that's good news. But what I wanted to talk about, guys, look, leave them ATMs alone. Even if you can get this Charles Schwab and different accounts, it's too risky, because there's a band of gypsies going around the Philippines skimming these ATMs. Now, what's going to happen? I know they say, well, go inside the bank, go inside the mall, and that's good. But if you get in the habit of using that ATM, you're going to screw up one day, because it's going to become a habit. And you're going to see that ATM and you're going to stick your money in there, especially if you live in Manila, Cebu, one of these touristy areas. And next time you stick it in there, there's nothing going to be in there. But there's a way that you can save money when you're over here, which is what I do. It doesn't matter if you use a remittance service like Remitly, Western Union, whatever it is, or you go from bank to bank. If you make one remittance a month, you're going to save money. If you can bring all that you're going to need over at one time, that's how you save money. It's when you keep going back and forth. Nickel and diamond is when you end up spending a lot of money. And see, with that ATM card, and I know they said they're going to reimburse you. How long does that take, guys, on this Charles Schwab? Anybody got any experience with that? How long does it take? They don't just send it to you right away, do they? But anyway, with an ATM card over here, you can only get, out of most bank cards, you can only get, bank machines, you can only get 10,000 pesos a day in a 24-hour period. And that's 24 hours. Don't try to go back in 23 hours. But BPI lets you get 20,000. See, so you're going to keep going back and forth, guys. I wouldn't deal with that ATM. Hey, James K., nice to see you, brother. Terry said, I just got my passport renewed and paid the fee to have it expedited. It taken 5 months to get it back. Wow. Really? And you, with the expedition, with you expediting it? Mike C. said you should take him up on his offer, Calvin. You deserve the blessings that come your way. I'm thinking about it, Mike C., but see, he may call in that favor, see, and that's what I was worried about. If he ever called that favor in, you know, I'd be a sitting duck if I didn't, you know. That's the only thing I'm worried about. But he's really a great guy, though. And I may eventually do it because I really don't want to leave, to be honest with you. And certainly not go back to the United States. Teddy Bear, what's going on? He said, howdy, Calvin. Good to see you today. My brother's girlfriend was married to a policeman in Deville, and he was killed guarding a gate maybe 7 or 8 years ago. Wow. Oh, okay. Your brother's girlfriend was married to a policeman. Well, hell, it may have something to do with her. I'd be careful on that one, Teddy Bear. Tell him to be careful. Hey, Vince Lawson, what's going on, brother? He said, Uncle Cal, besides the violence, do you think we as Americans are in a better place during this pandemic due to the many lockdowns and strict conditions? You're free to roam around, that's for sure. It's just my lifestyle, Vince, over there. I love America. I love, you know, Vegas, all different places, Florida, California. It's just my lifestyle. When I get over there, I'm going to have to go to work, man. I'm not trying to work over there. I'm not trying to get back on that hamster wheel. I'm not trying to get back in that rat race. And we argue about anything over there. All that old arguing and all that old stuff, man. I don't have time for it, man. Really. And, you know, but see, here's the thing. I'd rather be over here, and I told y'all this the other day on my live stream. I'd rather be over here. No, I told you this on the Sunshine Show, the Moonshine Show, in lockdown with her than over there able to roam around freely in America with the BBWs over there. Because that's all that's trying to give me play in America. The BBW, the BBBWs. I ain't trying to see it, man. I'd rather be locked down, nephew. Buffalo Dan said data and internet so bad I got to steal from this McDonald's. Oh, okay. But, you know, it's one thing about over here. They don't have it in McDonald's like they do. But some places in the mall you can get it, but I wouldn't use it. I would only use it for, you know, going on Facebook or something like that. I wouldn't check my balance or anything. Terry Dale said hazmat suits is coming. Over here, I believe it, Terry, and that's not a joke. What's up, John? Wonders of Lifestyle. I've seen those people use those when they board airplanes to have their fresh air. But have you been over here before Wonders of Life? You see that people don't practice social distancing, especially on a bus where they're trying to require these bus drivers and conductors and all that. They said the standard air purifier, you know, the ones that just stay in your house, they said they work really good. But they're saying, you know, the ones around the neck, man, to require it over here, you know, people can't afford it, really, is what I'm saying. Jason Flint said on that Bitcoin thing, I just bought, what's that, 1 million? Satoshi today. That's 0.01 Bitcoin. I was listening to EYL. I had sold all my Bitcoin before, but now I'm back and going to start adding to my position monthly. That's a good idea, I guess, if you understand that stuff. But it's like anything else over here with language and all this stuff, man. I just gotten too old to start over and learn. You know, that's why I'm really, I learn as much as I can over with the language, but I'm not really trying to, be fluent in the language. Destination Unknown TV says, I'm sure employees at Western Union in the Philippines are getting a lot of overtime. Well, hell, they don't stay open. They're closed here at about 6 o'clock, everything. Everything shut down at 6 here. You're not, 5:30 and 6, it's shut down. And, okay, if you go to the mall is supposed to shut down at 7:30. 7:15, it's already shut down. The bank that I use, I won't say the name, but the bank I use over here, because of COVID, they're closed at 2 p.m., right? But you go over there at 1:30, it's already shut down. It's just over here. Oh, man. Love Beat Muse said, let's try to explain a grown man being attracted to a woman that looks like a child, or are they attracted to young girls? Let's get real. Now, over here, though, it really, when Filipinos are anywhere from 18, I'm going to say to 25, they look really young, man. You can't really tell them apart. That's why the very first woman that I really was serious with. Now, I told you I met the 41-year-old, but I really got serious with this woman. She was 22, but found out she was 18. She looked, she could have passed for 22. But that was just too young for me. At that time, I had a daughter who was 15. Wow. Now that is his motorcycle. That's what you want to call this thing I'm looking at. Backfiring over there. Travel Mike said, let's see. Wait, hold on, guys. Hey, Jason Flint, thanks for the super chat. He said, Calvin, it's not about you with Bitcoin. It's about your kids' life and their future. Okay. Imagine the moves you make today ensures your kids get to live the life they want, not the one they've got. I never thought about it that way, Jason. And but I still would have to learn it, Jason. I'm not saying Bitcoin is not a good, solution or strategy. I just said I would have to learn it. I'm not just going to give them my money. I want to make sure that I at least understand a little bit of it. Now, this Axie Infinity over here, it's Bitcoin, but they've designed it where in the Philippines, they play it like a game, and they're earning money off of it, man. I don't know how they're doing it. She just earned 9,000 pesos in about, 2 weeks. I'm shocked at that. Hey, Paul Abrams, thanks for that super sticker. Because, the price of Bitcoin is going up and down. Hey, Travel Mike, thanks for super chat. Said, was that the tandem tag team riding by again, Cal? Now, that was the reason I'm going like this, man. You see this thing. It's supposed to be a motorcycle. I don't know what that thing is. And it's backfiring. About like I was when I got over here. Chuck, she said, nice 10, Calvin. I hope that's a joke, brother. Hey, Jason Flint, thanks for that super chase. Said, Calvin, you use the radio, the TV, have no idea how it works, but you enjoy it daily. So one day we will talk. I'm open with it, Mike. As long as it's not too, if you can give it to me in layman's terms where I can understand it, I'm all for it. I would open up something. That's why I bought Booby, I bought our life insurance policy over here, but it's like a universal life, policy where they invest part of it, And that's why I did it for her, because at some point it's going to have some money into it. But yeah, I'm all for that, Wow, John Reed said 100,000. Is that Dogecoin? Since January 7th. Am I pronouncing that right? Teddy Bear says, Travel Mike, check out Argentina. Very beautiful women in Argentina. Rosario is known to have the friendliest women in the world. I had a friend of mine, and you can look this up. I mean, he's really a good friend. We grew up together. His name is Manuel Forrest. He used to play for the basketball for the University of Louisville. Well, of course, when he graduated, he didn't get drafted into the NBA, but he did sign a contract. He played over in Argentina for years. And that's when the Civil War broke out. The banks collapsed. He lost all his money over there. He's back in Louisville now, selling cars, I think. But yeah, he was over in Argentina for many years. He was a big time star over there too. Buffalo Dancer never once even thought of using any cards in the Philippines. Too much trouble. It is, to be honest with you. I only use one card over here, and that's my because Capital One has really good protection. But I only have a $500 limit on it, and I only use it when I go to the mall, the major malls, and the grocery store. Because most of the other places, they don't take it. You go to the market, it's cash. But yeah, you're right, Buffalo Dan. It can be some problems. John Wells says, Sean Statzer, you got scammed through Western Union. I almost got scammed through Western Union. An African had somehow got my information. That's why I don't fool with Western Union online. He got my information and sent himself $960, but Western Union didn't give him the money. See, they did everything. He was able to go all the way to sending him the money, but he couldn't get the money. And by that time, I noticed it was missing from my account. And I, alerted Western Union. They canceled and put it back in my account. I don't know how he did it. So that's why I don't fool with John Wells says, I'm with Calvin. Don't use credit cards or debit cards here. Use cash. Yeah, I would. I mean, yeah, you got to keep honest people honest. I mean, if you just come in there with that damn gold MasterCard or gold Visa or something, and here's somebody earning $100 a day, they take all, everything you got. And yeah, you're going to get it back, but hell. Brian says, I use World Remit in Western Union, emergency only. If you're over here for 2 weeks, bring enough money where you won't even have to deal with that. Because if you're over here for 2 weeks, you're going to be nickel and diming, going back and forth to the ATM or back and forth to that World Remit. But if you're over here, like me and John, a lot of expats, use a service that allow you to send all your money just one time, and you don't have to worry about those fees. Okay, you pay that one fee at one time, and that's it. But, because see, if you send Zoom, like when I send my kids, if they need something, like my daughter's moving, she asked me to borrow $100 for to get a U-Haul. I send it Zoom. You see, and if it comes out of my PayPal, they don't charge me anything. But if I send it to her and it comes out, to her PayPal, it doesn't cost me anything. If I send it to her, it costs me like $4.99, and it doesn't matter. Of course, they get you on the back end too. They charge you $4.99. Then they get you on the back end with the exchange rate. See, that's where they get you. So, if you can, just do it one time. Yeah, Smoky Mountain Molly said, if you stay more than a couple of weeks, is it a good idea to buy yourself a couple of grand a month? Yeah, something like that. Now, you're going to get hit. Like I said, if it's bank to bank, it's not so bad. I think the bank that I'm with, I think they charge me like a quarter of a peso per dollar. See, But some of those places, Smoky Mountain Mala, they charge you like Remitly. They would charge you something like, okay, like right now, let me give you an example. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what the real exchange rate is. Okay, the exchange rate right now is 50.6, which, wow, 2 days ago it was 50.55. Now, Remitly, I'm gonna go over here and see what it's 48 something, right? So it's like a dollar, it's like one, let's say 1.5 pesos per dollar. So if you send $2,000, I mean that's a lot. Okay, times which will be now. Let me see. Let me clear that. 2,000 times 0.015. That's not that bad. You know, it's $30. And then the 4 up front. So it's $34. If you do that one time, that's nothing. Okay. See, that's what I would suggest you do. Okay, Ben Firm K, this is what I needed. He said, Calvin, for Schwab, usually it's on the next business cycle of your account that the ATM fees are reimbursed. I never had a problem using it. Okay, thank you for that. See, but while you're over here, you're going to be getting hit with it because they don't have any ATM fees. You're going to get hit. They charge you over here $250 every time you go, 250 pesos. So with I've got a Fifth Third account in America. They charge me the Philippines $250. Then they charge me $250 there, $5. Then they charge me an international fee. So, you know, depending on where the dollar exchange rate is, you know, it's almost $15 for me. Oh, okay. Eric Terry said, just got my feedback from the U.S. government, $60. Why? Because they didn't expedite it? Albert Crawford said a dove visit, 3,000, always in Pampanga. Same there. What do you mean, Alpha? You mean to the cat house? Is that what you're talking about? You could probably get a lot cheaper here, I'm sure. Now, John was showing me some place where there's a cat house in San Carlos, but of course, you know, the pandemic shut it down, I guess. But I always see 2 young girls always sitting on the, you know, the porch there. So I don't know if they're actually shut down or not. Al Jackson is John said, I don't have any problem with roaches. Just keep your place clean. You won't have any problems. And they don't have regular roaches here. They got them big roaches. Now you're gonna have ants. You can't get rid of ants here, okay? But they don't bother you. If you know, it's not like a roach. A roach will get in every damn thing. You know. And it's like ants are mostly attracted to sweet stuff over here. Because a lot of times, I'd show you now, I've got just a line of ants running up my wall. I don't even know where they're going. I guess an ant got shot by the police and they marching on the ant world or something. I don't know. But I don't see where they're going. Sean Statzer said, I have been sending money via Western Union. Surely that has to be a safer way. As a scammer over there got my private information and called me. He tried to scam me for $2,000. Yeah, that happened to me, but he tried to send $960. It was a guy over in Ghana, in Africa. Yeah, I don't fool with Western Union. I'll fool with. Do you have a PayPal account, Sean? Because Zoom is owned by PayPal. That's safe. And, you know, Zoom, if somebody takes money from you, you can file a grievance and get that money back. That's why I like PayPal. J8 said you couldn't pay me to go to Texas, Florida, Mississippi right now. What's going on there? Al Jackson said, Calvin, can you keep the roaches out of the homes there with the humidity? There's no roaches here. I just saw the big roach. They got these big cockroaches here. And the only time I see them is when it's going to rain. So it's going to rain later on sometime today. That's the only time I see them, Al Jackson. Normally, you see ants. You don't see those roaches. Now, you see the geckos, the small geckos. But no, you ain't going to have a problem with roaches here. And if we had regular roaches here, those geckos would eat them. Okay, Albert Crawford said, oops, I meant doctor visit. Sorry. A doctor visit here is about, for little kids, it's 300 pesos. For an adult, it's 500 pesos. So it's about $10, Albert Crawford. Hey, thanks for the super chat, Travel Mike. He said, my first visit, I put the wrong number in the ATM one time. My bank blocked my account. I only had that debit card. My sis fixed it for me. Have 2 or 3 ways for money. Yeah, now what happened to me, I'm going to tell you something else, guys, that I need you to do right now if you don't already have done it, especially if you come into the Philippines. Remember, I tell you how strict they are. Most of us, we never even sign the back of our credit cards and debit cards. You better do it. I was down in Zamboanga, and for some reason, I guess because I didn't tell my bank back home, but the machine grabbed my card. Well, I went in to try to get it back, and it was not signed. Oh, man. Now, even though I gave them all the information you could possibly give them, the fact that it was not signed, so they had to get the lady, the main lady, to come to that office. We sat there for 3 or 4 hours, and, man, I was hot. You know, so sign the back of them cards, guys. Teddy Bear says, Cal, remember I told you my brother died in 2019 and is buried in Clark. You must be getting old and forgot that rooster waking you up every morning crowing in your bedroom window. Oh, okay. No, I mean, that's something I wouldn't remember, Teddy Bear. I'm sorry, brother. Oh, so you said your brother's girlfriend. Okay, so your deceased brother, maybe you should have said that, Teddy Bear. Your deceased brother's girlfriend. Instead of saying your brother's girlfriend, I'm thinking that he's still alive. Hey, thanks, JH, for the super chat. He said Florida, Texas, Mississippi, and Louisiana have the highest numbers of cases. And I'm going to tell you, they're saying that this Delta is the new pandemic for unvaccinated people. And we're not going to start that argument, but that's just what I'm reading. Okay, Cornelius Mack, he says, Ben Fern, K, and Calvin, I use USAA worldwide and get reimbursed for all foreign ATMs. Yeah, now, how long does that take, Cornelius Mack? That's what we need to know. Russell McNeese, hello, everyone from Mississippi. We were just talking about Mississippi. How's them cases down there? Yeah, Buffalo Dan said BBWs be out here dressing like 10s. Looking like 2s. Yeah, somebody posted something on Facebook the other day. A BBW had on some Daisy Dukes, and I mean it looked like a pack of Limburger cheese, 2 blocks of Limburger cheese coming out of a damn pair of shorts. It wasn't nice to look at, guys. Ted B in 2015, he said, I spent 3 weeks in the Philippines. Upon return, I got an unpleasant surprise from my bank. I was charged $100 in fees for withdrawals from ATMs in the Philippines. Yeah, we live and learn. Absolutely, it's expensive. I tell you, I promise you this, guys, and this is no lie. I went off over here for 12 years. If I could just have my ATM fees back that I paid, I don't care about the exchange rate where they get you on the back end and all that. Just give me my ATM Man, I'm gonna tell you, it's a lot of money. Paul Abrams said, "Can you live on 25,000 pesos in the province in the Philippines?" Yeah, Paul. Anything's possible. But would you want to live on 25,000? That's the only thing I'm asking you. Would you want to do that? I mean, you literally, because they do it, but you would literally be doing nothing there. I mean, okay, the rent's gonna be cheap because I think John said he was paying like $37 a month for his apartment in Southern Lady. I mean, for his, he had a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment with air con and everything in it, hot and cold water. But you're gonna want to do something over here. That's on the low side. I wouldn't come with less than 1,000. And I could do a video on it. I could live off 1,000. Me, because of my lifestyle, I could live off $1,000 a month that's coming into me every single month, anywhere in the Philippines. I can. Sam McCall says my girlfriend had Metro bank account. I have BPI. I would draw 20,000 from BPI if we need more. Then I would transfer from BPI to the Metro Bank online. Then we can draw another 10,000. Yeah. Now see, now you're both over here, right? I think guys are talking about when. But yeah, you're right. Even if you're over here, you're gonna have to have a way. So yeah. Now, what's your charge on that? When you withdraw from BPI, do you get a free? Is that free, or do they still charge you, Sam? Richard Dickey Perkins. I don't like this. He said, "Well, the pandemic has finally ended my relationship, sadly." Now, was it a real relationship? Or just an imagined relationship? Had you already been over here with her and everything like that? Because otherwise, guys, it's not. I'm sorry. And I'm not trying to be impersonal or anything like that. Yeah, David Davis said, yeah, Paul, yeah, you have experience already to budget and live poor. Yeah, it's just cutting it too. You can do it. Anything's possible, guys. But would you want to do that? That's the only problem I would have. Hey, Ricky Goodman, thanks for that. Well, he retracted his message. Buffalo Dan said Nigerian prince needs you to cash a check and send him the money. Yeah. Now, believe it or not, people over here fall for that. They fall for that. Those Africans sending packages over here. And of course, the girl has to send them money for the custom fee. They do it all the time. It's a big scam over here. Okay, CB says Charles Schwab reimbursed at the end of the month statement. Yeah, see, but if you're over here, man, then you gotta wait for the end of the month. That's all I'm saying. JV said, honest question, thought of a way to say that softer, but just went direct. I am curious. I don't know. What did you say? I must have missed that. What did you say? Oh, okay. Message deleted. Okay. Let me see. Oh. Well, they got that button. I call it the button. Push the button. If you get a Filipino that doesn't have that button, man, you got to throw it back in. It takes all the fun out of it. Just the BO2 says, do I have a Bank of the PI? Yeah, I've got PNB Bank. And I like it. It was easy to open. John put me up on it. It was easy for me to open. And until I start building this house, I had no problems with them. Then every time I go in there to pay the engineer, I get all kind of questions. But now, since I gave them my insurance license, I showed them where I get, because, they want you to show them where your money's coming from. So I showed them, my monthly statement from Humana, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and WellCare. Oh, wow. Richard Dickey Perkins said in the early days, I used a card prearranged with my bank to withdraw money with no extra charges. Now, that would be the way to go if you could still get that done. Okay, George Manning said USAA and Navy Federal reimburse the same month you take the funds out. He said, been with both for over 20 years, never had a problem. Now, do you have to be in the service to open up one of those accounts, George? I'm curious. Chucksy says, I've got a thing for BBW Penites. I'm gonna do a video on that, Chucksy. 35 and over. Are there lots there that don't have pups, not into other people's luggage? Yeah, you'll see, because I'm gonna have to do it, and it's the only video I'll probably edit because I want to show you better than I can tell you. Retard 2019 said, Calvin, I'm starting to think some guys are just broke. Well, if you broke, this is not the place, Retard 2019, to be. And you make a great point there. If you broke, don't come over here, man. Of all the places, please. Sam Carl says, no, I'm stuck back in the USA. Okay, free BPI using BPI ATM card. Okay. $4.99. Okay, you transfer from Wells Fargo to BPI online $4.99. Frank L said, Cal, if you could live off of 1,000, 1,200 would be perfect for you. Because that's what I'm, January is the first time I ever received anything from my YouTube channel. Prior to that, which was 2 years, 25 months, I was living off anywhere from 1,200 to 1,400 was my budget. That's not what my living expenses were. It was lower than that. But you always want to budget more just in case. And then you got the 2,500. I don't even count that. It's like I don't even have that. That's for my trip back. That's for any type of emergency or something like that. Hey, Levon White, thanks for that super chat. Said for Navy, Federal, military, ex-military family members, anyone living in your home. At times, anyone can join. But thanks for that information because, Navy, Federal Credit Union, USAA, you would think you have to be in the military. Okay, Terry Dale, he said, my credit card wouldn't work there. I didn't notify them I was out of the country. Luckily, I was on my way back and only buy crap at the airport. Yeah, you have to let your bank know. Well, now, a lot of your credit cards don't even ask anymore. Because I called my Capital One, I called my American Express. They say, you don't even need to tell us anymore. But your debit card, I would definitely see. And then every month or so, I call my bank and let them know I'm still over here because they cut my card off a couple of times, man. And it caused me all kinds of problems, man. I was matter of fact, when I told you about the lady who had that PTSD from Tacloban, I was with her, man. Luckily, man, I had it was like on a Friday. No, on a Saturday here. So it had been Friday night in America. And I went to the ATM, man. I couldn't get no money out. I tried to send myself money. Couldn't do it. They had cut my card off because they saw I was over in the Philippines. So I'm saying, well, damn, I told you I was going to be over here. And then they said, well, we had to booted in the computer, man. So I had to go from Saturday morning here, all the way to Monday night here with, I think I had 3,000 or 4,000 pesos, man. I tell you. Smoky Mountain Miley said one trip to the hospital would be the end of the expat. You need some kind of insurance, and that will cost you. Well, insurance really, I would put that in my budget, Smoky Mountain Miley. Then it wouldn't cost you because that's what insurance is for. And then remember over here, the least you should have is the universal health insurance that they have over here. Once you're here 59 consecutive days, you can apply for the field health, which will help you with inpatient care when you're in the hospital. And luckily, it's not so expensive, and it's just going to depend on what you're in here for. All right, my son, it's not so much it's going to be the end of the expat, because I'm going to tell you something. In 2012, when my son was born, he was in the hospital. He was born premature. He was in the hospital. It's a private hospital now. He was there for 18 days, 16 days in the incubator, everything. She was in the hospital for 5 days. Altogether, my bill was like 350,000 pesos, which right now would be about $7,000. If you don't have that, you don't need to be coming over here. Really. I mean, he was in there for 18 days in an incubator for 16. So luckily, the health insurance over here is not expensive, but you do want to have something. I would budget 300, 350. Or like you said, John, he finances his own. He's self-insured over here, which it's not a bad thing to do over here. If you got 5,000 to put to the side, I would probably do that. Because remember, this is in America. Booby was just in the hospital for 3 days and 3 nights with the doctor fee. She was in a private room, with the medicine, the IV, everything, man. It came to altogether 19,000 pesos. Because you have to pay the doctor separate. We had to pay the doctor 4,000 separate. It's a separate fee for the doctor. And then 15,000 for her 3-night stay in a private room in a private hospital, by the way. So you're talking about, what, $400? Sean Reed said, now, Cal, don't rip the man's dreams down with 25,000 pesos. That may be what he's got to work with. He may just want a woman, but with that budget, she won't want him, though. LOL. No, I'm not ripping him down, but remember, man, I'm a real life channel. I'm not going to, because see, if I tell him, oh, yeah, Paul, come on over with 25,000, and then that's going to get pushed all around the internet that I said you can come over here with 25,000, that I'm giving false hopes. They jump on me when I say 1,000 a month, but I'll argue with anybody on that. I guarantee you, if I'm by myself, if I'm single, I can live in Metro Manila, Cebu City, any expat alley for 1,000 a month, man. That's 50. Right now, that's 50,000 pesos a month. That's my rent, my food, and my entertainment. I guarantee you, I can do it. J8 says, and this is what I'm talking about, Jay. This is why you can't. There's no right or wrong question to this budget. There's no argument, but people want to argue. He says this: when you ask the "can you live on this much" question, you need to add the lifestyle requirements to that figure. Your 1,000 and then my 1,000 per month lifestyle is different. Absolutely, and that's what I say. I said I can live. I didn't say anybody could, because if you smoke cigarettes and if you drink, I doubt you're going to live off 1,000 a month. It's going to be hard because, John said the way John smokes around me, he says he smokes a pack a day. I would put him to the test on that. Hey, thanks, Ricky Goodman. He said, what's up, Cal? Saving my money, ready to leave the U.S. for a while. I appreciate you, Ricky Goodman. And I tell you what, it's a lot of places you can go to. I won't go anywhere else but here. Philippines work for me. I love it here. But there's a lot of other places you can go. I would try until this Philippines open. If I was at home right now, I'd be in Central America somewhere. Panama, like that, Costa Rica, those places, Nicaragua, Honduras. You know, you're going to think you're in the Philippines. The geography is the same. A lot of the cost of living is the same. Hey, Smashville, 6217. He said, finally caught you live. Much love from Paducah. Hey, thanks, man. I was in Paducah. Let's see. It had to have been 2015 or 16. I drove down there. Believe it or not, hello, Ma'am Buntak. I was invited to a AA meeting by some people in Paducah, and I actually got real close with a gentleman down there. He was a captain. I don't know if that was his rank, but he drove a barge down in Paducah. Love Beat Muse says, bro, so much rain in the DMV, DC, and Maryland, and Virginia that I just watched a couple get swept 50 yards down in Alexander, Virginia street. Climate change in the U.S. big time everywhere. I hope you didn't record them, man. I hope you went out there and tried to help them, Love Beat Muse. Sean Reed said, same thing happened to me with my card. My girl's sister literally at McDonald's and loaned me 10,000 pesos for the day. Shows you the characteristics of a Filipino. But see, that's what happened to me one time. Actually, my check, okay, you know, I wait. WellCare, Humana, and Anthem, I get, you know, deposits usually on the different days of the month, but they usually come on the same day. Well, I'm down in Zamboanga one time, and, you know, I had enough money for the hotel, but then we decided to stay at the hotel. I gambled. I said, well, you know, my money will be deposited by the time tomorrow comes. Well, it wasn't. And one of her friends, my wife's friends, down in Zamboanga, loaned me 5,000 pesos. I couldn't believe it, but she had it. Stephen Jacobs says you are subject to international ATM fees that you incur by using a debit card at a non-Navy Federal Credit Union ATM. See, that's what I'm saying, Stephen. And I want to make that clear to people. Of course, yeah, you know, I'm pretty sure you know. Travel Mike said, yes, at La China, I know, but there's no number for all people. Some foreigners couldn't live on 2,000 there. Big lifestyle change to them. Yeah. But my whole thing is this. Why would you move all the way over here to the Philippines if you want to live the same way you live in the United States? I mean, there's got to be some give and take. I don't mean you have to live like a pauper, but man, I'm going to tell you something, man. This apartment, I mean, this house is $170 a month. If I'm by myself, my air conditioning is not going to be $100 a month because I'm not even going to have an air con. I don't need it. I could use this because I did all the way till we moved over here. It's the only time I start using it, and I won't suffer. You know, I'm going to live my lifestyle about the same way over there. But see, I don't have a car over here. I don't smoke. I don't drink. You know, my biggest expense would be my girlfriend, whatever, you know, whoever I'm dealing with at the time or whatever. But $1,000 a month, man, and Filipino men, Filipinos, period. If they earn $1,000 a month over here, man, they balling out of control. Sam Champion says, guys, ladies, also keep in mind Pentagon Federal Credit Union is also a great bank to have as well. They hold my mortgage. The current rates beat NFCU hands down. Navy Federal Credit Union hands down. Now, do you have to be a big shot in the Pentagon, Sam, the government, like you are, to be able to join that or not? Nate Calley says it's best to have money in the States and put it on a prepaid card when traveling abroad. Or just bring your debit card with you because, see, I got hacked in March of 2019. I was over in about 3 months after I got here. I was over in Miaga, Ilo. And see, I get updates in my email, on my text message, whenever there's a deposit or withdrawal. Well, somebody, boom, 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 4 straight times, $500. I'm like, wow. And $100 and something in a Piggly Wiggly down in South Carolina. So I called my bank, come to find out somebody got my information, changed my ATM pin, and also requested a new ATM card being sent out. And see, I didn't know all of this until they start spending. But because I had the checking account with the debit card, I was protected. I got all that money back. It took me like 10 days. A retired 2019 said, Calvin, how's the healthcare there compared to USA? If you got good insurance or you got money, retired 2019, there's great hospitals here. St. Luke Hospital up in Manila. Mostly around Expat Alley, you're going to have a nice hospital. Doctors Hospital in Dumaguete. Changhua Hospital in Cebu. Medical City in Manila. You're going to have good health care, but like in San Carlos City, if I had a heart attack, they wouldn't really be able to see me here. They'd have to evacuate me out to Bacolod. So that's what I'm saying. If you got health problems, that's a concern for you. I wouldn't move outside or too far away from that expat alley. But yeah, they've got, some of the best doctors in the world come from here. They just go, move other places, but then a lot of them come back and serve their country. But then the Philippines supplies the world. 25% of all the nurses around the globe come from here. They know what they're doing, man. It's like I said, some of these hospitals don't have the up-to-date equipment. They're not staffed well enough to handle a heart attack or something like that. But see, retired 2019, this is what I tell people all the time as an insurance man. The best healthcare system in the world won't save you from yourself. You're not taking care of yourself. You're not eating right, exercising, drinking water, and doing the things that you're supposed to do. The best healthcare in the world won't help you. Retired 2019 said, Calvin, with $3,000 per month, get me a housekeeper and cook. And what are you talking about, 3,000 pesos per month? Because right now it will. 2019. Sean Reed said, so my captain wanted me to come back to do a cod season, and there was a problem with my card, and the airlines, my girl's family literally bought my 50,000 peso ticket so I could get back to the States. Well, I told you my story. Remember I was just telling you about my son, my wife were in the hospital. She was my girlfriend at the time. The bill was $350,000. Was had how much I had? I was 50,000 short, and a Filipino gave me the money. He didn't loan it to me. I paid him back. This was a guy earning like 100, and he was earning like 7,000 pesos a month. They would do that for you over here. What's up, Derek Greenway? What's going on, brother? Oh, absolutely, Gary T. He said, would you ever consider hosting an in-person Sunshine Shows get-together for your subscribers in the Philippines? Man, I would do it now. I would do it in the morning if I could. Because I want to meet people there's a guy who his name was Jason Kincaid. He never even comes on here anymore. He gave me a great advice. He said, Calvin, you need to have 3 live streams every week so you can get to know people. He said, and they can get to know you. See, I've come to feel like I know a lot of y'all. I would love to meet you in person. But hell, right now, man, even if you're in the Philippines, unless you live in Negros Occidental, man, it's going to be hard getting to you. But yeah, once it opens up, man, we're going to have a ball over here, man. I promise you, man. I'm not going to lie. Hey, Reginald Dollar, what's going on from Delaware? I appreciate it, man. Thanks for all you do, man. I was with those. I told you my next door neighbor invited me to play tennis with him. He's a member of a group over here called the Gentlemen's Club, and they do a lot of charity work. Now, they actually do charity work over here for mostly education, children's education. He gave me a brochure. I haven't looked at it all the way through yet. Oh, you're talking retard 2019? You're talking about $3,000? Man, come on. Of course you could. Hold on, guys. Let me get the water. All right. A water, please. Too big. Where are you? I don't see you. Man, I'm walking like a 80-year-old, man. I'm so sore. I'm gonna have her give me another massage, man. My God. Hey, Yusuf Omar Habib, good to see you, brother. Thanks for joining me. But yeah, retired 2019. 3,000 US a month, man. You're gonna live like a king over here. That's 150,000 pesos a month. Now remember, the average income over here is like 12,500 pesos a month. And that's combining the high salaries and the low salaries together. So if you have 150,000 pesos a month, I was living off 70,000 pesos a month for almost 2 years before my YouTube kicked in. It's a little bit more now, but I was living good. I didn't miss a meal. Robin Orga said, that's why you should have a password to change a PIN number with your bank. It saved my 180. Hey, see, I'm going to tell you something, Robin. Here's what happened. This stupid bank, this Fifth Third Bank I had, they didn't even require that. You know all they asked me, and because they had my information, the last 4, my birthday and my Social Security, the last 4 of my Social Security, that was it. Now it's changed, of course, since that happened. But I was so mad at them. I was so fired up. I said, is that all you had to protect me? Because I'm going to tell you something. This was when I first came over here. I was only here like maybe 3 months. I had like 15,000 US dollars in that account because I was going to build a house. We were going to build a house. And luckily, I get those alerts. So if you're not getting those alerts, that's another thing you need. On your phone, your email, get those alerts, guys. Yeah, David Vargas, this is great news. Thank you. He said, hey, Calvin, I heard on a different blog channel there's an in-depth discussion about Pacific Cross Insurance and how you can use it in the Philippines and also around the world. That's a great policy from what I heard. But there's several policies that you can have over, David. The point of it is, if you're going to be an expat, to have something, or at least, I would say at least 5,000 put to the side, at the least, to try to self-insure you. But as an insurance man, I always like to tell you to share that risk. Don't by you self, you're taking on that risk all yourself. I don't know about that. David Nacello says, I get alerts on anything over 25. I get alerts anytime. If I take $2 out, David, I'm going to get an alert. R68 DVR said booster shots are now recommended in 8 months. Yeah. And it's almost like, like every year you get the flu shot. I think eventually we're going to have to take this every year. I wouldn't, man, to be honest with you. Yeah, I wouldn't mind R68 DVR. If you don't know by now, we're in the midst of a hell of a pandemic, man. Look how long this thing's been going on. They've already beat me down. Hell, you can shoot me in my butt like they are doing over in China right now. Oh, yeah, Frank Ellis. These guys really don't understand how strong the U.S. dollar is over here and exchange rate. They will only understand when they get boots on the ground. Yeah. You got a lot of money at 50,000. But then again, I don't know what your lifestyle is. That's why I don't even tell people it's safe over here anymore. I don't know your lifestyle. There was a good guy down in Dumagetti. Look it up, man. He was teaching. He had the best job you could possibly have over here. He's a young guy in his 30s. He was like a professor over here at, I forgot his Silliman University, one of the best colleges in Negros Occidental, Oriental, maybe even the Philippines. In Dumagetti, he goes out on a Friday night, gets drunk, gets into an argument with a Filipino inside the bar. They go outside, which was his the first mistake was arguing. You cannot win an argument over here with locals. So don't do it. That's his first mistake. Second mistake, first mistake was getting drunk in a local bar. Let me back up. Okay. Second mistake, he's arguing with locals. Third mistake, he walks outside. Filipinos don't fight fair, okay? 7 people jumped him. They beat him to death. A good guy, man. Gabriel DeMoody says, bro, Calvin, can you still travel around the Philippines in this current situation? Not at the moment. Not without a lot of quarantine, swab tests. Now, once I get fully vaccinated, you get a little bit more freedom. You may not have to take the swab test. They may not require you to do the quarantine, but it depends on the LGU. Mr. Free says, I pay $1,000 a month just for my apartment in the U.S. See, but you have to change that thinking once you get over here. If you spend $1,000 a month here in the Philippines for a place to stay, man, you're going to have a seaside villa, probably 5 stories. Elvis Presley, it's going to look better than Graceland. If you spend $1,000 a month here, I promise you. Travel Mike said, my ex-wife works in Cebu, and this is about right. She lived with a rich family, cooking and cleaning and taking care of a toddler. They gave her a bedroom and paid for her phone and $150 a month. See? And she was doing good. Ask John what they were paying his wife. Practically nothing. Russell Swats at Michael, how do you use Philippine SIM card in the U.S.? I don't know. I've never tried it. Yeah, I love LeChon. Yeah, he said you accurately corrected yourself when you mentioned about getting drunk in a bar, Calvin. That can get ugly anyway. Yeah, especially over here, man. About 3 years ago, man, and my heart goes out to him, man. This guy was only coming back to the Philippines to pick up his 2 adopted children, not far from here, in between here and Bacali. He gets drunk in there. He hears 2 locals because he can understand the language. That's an American. He's fluent in the language. He hears them talking about him. They start arguing. They ask him to buy him a beer. He don't want to buy him a beer. No. They asked him to buy him a beer first. When he said no, they started talking about him. Well, he could understand what they were saying. They start arguing. Of course, they shot him, man. Shot him dead right there on the spot. It pissed me off, man, because I was here when it happened. Hey, Ricky Goodman, thanks for that super chat. He said, my body is hurting too, Cal. A woman ran a red light the other day, T-boned me from a passenger side. That's the worst can, Ricky. And, man, I hope you feel better, brother, because I had a 2002 330 Ci BMW. I mean, it was a classic BMW, man. It was my pride and joy. I didn't even drive it only a certain level, on like maybe once a week. Well, I'm coming through. I'm going down the street. I don't know where I was even going. I was in regular clothes. I wasn't even working. And this clown is on he's on this damn phone and runs a red light. I mean, I'm second in line. So one car goes through. I'm getting ready to go through the boom, T-bones me. It was a two-door though. Luckily, I'm in that BMW, man. It's a safe car. You know, the bags, you know, the driver's side bag, you know, came out and everything like that. But it scared the hell out of me, man. Scared the hell out of me. Messed me up, man. I wasn't really hurt, but I ended up getting like $14,000. You know, because see, the insurance company messed me around. And I'm an insurance agent. They messed me around. They don't see classic in nothing. They just saw a 2002. They gave me $6,000 for that. Oh, I was pissed off, man. Paul Hall said, sounds like a bunch of murderers at bars just drinking at home with your girl. If you're an angry drunk, you probably just quit. Yeah. That's great. But what it is, see, Filipinos, they leave you alone. Remember the other day, yesterday on my video, prostitution is illegal in the Philippines but tolerated. A guy put in the comments, he said, wow, Calvin, you were able to walk around and nobody bothered you. He said over in the DR, he said if you were in the DR trying to do that, someone would run up to you trying to sell you something. What's the same way? Filipinos would never say anything to you, but you go in one of them bars when they've been drinking. Now you're gonna have trouble. You know, they may say something like, you know, go back home, or, you know, oh, the big bad American or whatever. They, you know, there's an Australian guy here that I used to rent from. First time, he's got a nice places too over here. His are fully furnished, nice furniture, guys. If you're interested, when you get over here, I'll hook you up. But one of his tenants got shot last year doing the same thing, bar hopping here in San Carlos City. You know, everything was okay until he told them no. He was buying drinks all night. But the minute he said no, they get into an argument. Of course, he's drunk, they're drunk. They go get a gun, shoot him in the side. He damn near died. Hey, Rams and Dodgers fan, what's going on? Cal Ellis is in Los Angeles right now, I think visiting his mother, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, Travel Mike, thanks for that super chat. He says, I got hit in the rear by a pizza driver 2 years ago doing 55 miles an hour on his phone looking for his next delivery. I had neck surgery, 3 neck vertebrae fused. It was a big pizza company. He's waiting for the settlement now. Yeah. You heard of the Breonna Taylor case, right? Well, one of the lawyers, Sam Aguiar, he was one of her lawyers, but he's known for car accidents. I had him, and I got my money. I got all of it. They paid my car off the very same day because he had insurance. You know, they came out, I promise you, they towed my car to my driveway. The very next morning, they had already sent out got the appraiser. He wrote me a check right there on the spot. But it took me like 3 or 4 months to get that other $8,000 or whatever it was. But yeah, it scared me more than anything, man. You know, it's just like getting hit by the punch you didn't see coming. That's why we say, oh, he stole him, because he never saw it coming. He stole the punch because you didn't expect it. Those are the worst kind, and it shook me up. I was lucky I didn't. If I would have been in I had a 19. See, I like older cars. I don't buy brand new cars because I always pay cash for my cars. But I had a 1982, I think it was an 82, Chrysler Sebring convertible. It was beautiful, man. My cars are classic. If I would have been in that car, man, I probably wouldn't be sitting here, man. I'd been messed up. But I was in that BMW, and those BMWs, they're really safe cars, man. That's the only thing that saved me. But right now, if you want you a cook and a maid, right now, it probably costs you anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000, especially if you're going to let her go ahead and go home and just, come back when you need her. And I guess as they get a little older, you probably could pay them a little bit more, like $5,000. But if young, because they got a lot of working students here that do that kind of stuff. But I'm gonna tell you, man, it'll make you cringe, man. They get picked on so bad. Russell Swatch, thanks for that super chat. He said, if we need $1,500 a month to live in the Philippines now, should we have $3,000 a month after 10 years? Absolutely not. It's not going up that fast. See, I'm paying less now, Russell, in 2021 than I was in 2010. You know why? Because I didn't know any better. I was with a woman who was just, she was afraid to speak up, so to speak. She was letting me do all the talking, do everything. I went out. I was renting a 2-bedroom condominium. It was brand new, but it was small in Cebu City. Hell, I was paying $15,000 then for rent. I didn't know that I could have cut that in half, a third probably back then, and got a 2-bedroom, because I eventually did. When our lease was up, we moved over to Moncton, and I was paying $6,000 for a bigger place, and it was just as nice. But no, see, they always say that inflation is going to get you. As inflation, I don't think it's really inflation. I think it's the pandemic that's causing the prices to go up in the grocery stores, the meat and everything like that. Because pre-pandemic, the chicken was low here. It's because of the pandemic that it shot way up. When I got here in San Carlos City, the first time I ever came here was May 2019, when I first met her. Chicken was something like $1.40 something, if it was that much, a kilo for wings. Because, we like wings. We like chicken breasts. Chicken breast was even less than that, maybe $1.39. Now, pandemic, chicken breast, $1.92, chicken wings, $1.99 a kilo. Went way up, sky high. But yeah, guys, stay out of these bars here drinking, man. Don't do it, man. If you're going to drink at home. I drank at one of these in San Carlos, they got these on one of my videos that I made not long ago, I showed you these little outdoor bars that they have. And you can sit off to yourself over here. Nobody's going to bother you. They sell beer and candle wine and stuff like that. If you're going to do that, I'd do that. But to go on the inside of a bar here, I wouldn't do it. Russell Swat says, I can't find an apartment for less than $1,700 where I live. Wow, where you live, Russell? Mr. Free said, I have cheap rent, really. Calvin was living off $1,000. Wow, yeah. I was living less than that. My budget, and my budget was everything I had coming in. It was about $1,400, which is what it is now, not including my YouTube. But my living expenses were less than that, Mr. Free. Yusuf Amar Habib says, you think the girls in English City enjoy what they're doing? They're so beautiful on YouTube, but it's too bad they are prostituting. Some of them do, because some of them are sex workers. Remember, I was telling you, and it's a lot, some of them, that's their job, and remember, it's a lot of money, number one, in that business for them that they could never earn in a regular job. Number two, you don't need any references, no education, no experience. It's an easy job to get. Now, are some of them being exploited? Yeah, I'm pretty sure of that. They come from Samar and all those places, and they thinking they coming there for a tourist position, and they end up getting forced into that. Yeah, but I would say a lot of them, Yusuf, are working there because they're earning a lot of money, especially now that the Navy's making their rounds in there again. See, that's what you guys got to understand, man. The Navy's in here, all that old quarantine and all that old restrictions and all that, it don't account, it doesn't phase the military. The military's not under that. They come here, man, they making their rounds, man. There was a whole battle group up in Manila, actually two battle groups in that China Sea over there in South China Sea not long ago. And they're going to come right in there to Subic Bay and all those places, man. Girls up around making money. The real chat one says, American Eagle got killed. I would never blame the victim, but, he could have easily avoided that. My life is worth more than a beer. First of all, me being who I was, they'd asked me, I'd have went on about the beer and I'd have left. Hey, here, man, here's 120 pesos, whatever it is. There, go ahead. I don't care what they call me, But to be killed, because I'm going to tell you something. If the Filipino don't carry a gun, he's carrying a knife. All right, this boots on the ground experience, I'm telling you. Do not argue with them. You can't win an argument over here. What are you arguing with them for anyway? They're going to stab you or they're going to shoot you. And more than likely, they're going to get away with it. Sean Reese said, I pay close to $800 monthly in Boracay. My place was right off on the beach in a paradise. Oh, yeah. Well, you're in Boracay. And that's still a lie. Because, believe it or not, here's how I beat that, Sean. There's an Airbnb 100 meters from the beach in, they don't call it phase one, station one. $12 a night. Hot and cold water, air conditioned, cable. It didn't have Wi-Fi though. Because hell, once I get sleepy, man, as long as I'm comfortable, man, but yeah, you lived, man, you were living way up there. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can afford it, but that's way beyond me. I guarantee you I could get a place on that somewhere close, less than that. What's his name? Soy Dog Magoo said, what is the going rate for short time there? Well, it all depends. Are you at the massage parlor? Are you at the bar? Are you at the KTV bar? Is she a streetwalker? Is it over the internet? Where are you, then where are you? Are you in St. Carlos? I know down in Zamboanga it was going for 300 to 500 pesos. That's somewhere like $6 to $10. If you go, you go up in English City and all them places, you probably can get it. Then depends on what time of the night. If it's getting late, and the party's over for her, she's going to take something than nothing. See, I don't fool with. I had one experience, man, in 2009. I never did it. It was so terrible. First of all, the tax, because see, After a while, you get to knowing these taxis. I was there for 2 weeks. Stayed in the same hotel. I can't think of this hotel. It was $1,200 a night, right in downtown Cebu. So this particular night, the girl had already went back to the province, and I was just, either coming back from the mall in the taxi, and he gets to talking to me, oh man, blah blah this, blah blah that, and so I said, okay, let me just try it. I ain't got nothing to lose. Man, it's the worst experience I ever had. It was way from Cebu City then, and he pulls in, they open up these gates, they close the gates back. It's just a regular house. I go in, it's like 5 women, and they're nothing nice to look at. It's no eye candy. And they just look so angry and just miserable. And I never tried it again. It just looked like a sex trafficking thing to me. But I come to find out, the girl that I eventually was with, she told me, she said, normally only Japanese come there. So maybe when they saw me, this is 2009 now. They're thinking, oh, I don't want to get beat up like that. We're used to Japanese, But that's what she told me. She said usually their customers there are strictly 100% Japanese. That's what she told me. Travel Mike said, even if you can whoop their butt, even 2 of them, let it go because all the others will take their side if you're winning. Yeah, that's what happened to the good. He was a good guy, man. I mean, promise you. Other than getting drunk, getting in an argument, and then going outside, because that's what happened. Strangers jumped in fighting him, and they beat him to death, man. Go on to Google and Google it. I don't know his name, but it was sad, man. Hey, Mike W., thanks for joining us. Sam Champion said, Calvin, Tyson Foods just announced this past week that their chicken products will take a hike in September. Hell, it's already high on the outside grocery stores. Military commissaries are your best bet. Yeah, well, hell, who wants, with all the recalls that Tyson Foods is always having, who even wants their chicken? They can't even give away their chicken. They couldn't give me their chicken. Paul Smith said, what happened? The Far East is supposed to be romantically cheap. Westerners have inflated their prices. Yeah, in certain areas, because, they're going to the highest bidder, man, Okay, listen, guys. Here's what I want you to do. If you've never been to the Philippines or Southeast Asia before, go on my video toward the end. Remember when I'm waving at those guys in the blue, the traffic advisors? You see the girl walking by. Did you see that? That's what's waiting for you over here now. Some guys, when they see that, they're like, okay, I've seen this before. It's okay. But most of us, when you see that, and it's waiting for you at the airport like that, just like that, you're going to lose your mind. You're going to throw all that common sense. You're going to forget what Sunshine Shoulder said and what Mr. Freeze said and Cal Devin said. You're going to forget all of that. You're going to be like, Sam Champion who? Sam Champion or Sam Champion? Your mind is going to go blank. And that's what happens. And that's why, pretty soon, now the guy was talking about inflation. Yeah, that's inflation right there. But, believe it or not, you can come to a little place like St. Carlos City, depending on where you are in Zamboanga City, the quality may go down a little bit, but you can still get it pretty cheap. But yeah, like Sam Champion said, it's still cheap compared to the West, but not that much. If you go on, you can Google it, because I did, the price of a night out. And I think here the average price was $35. I think in the US it was $50. But, go on that video. I want you to go on. If you've never seen a Filipino in her glory, go on the video I made yesterday. Look toward the end when I say, hey, say hello to my subscribers. there's a woman that walks by. She was probably 22, 23, something like that, on her way to work. Hazel Espanola said, "Don't stress yourself, Sarah." No, I'm having a good time. I'm ready to go in here and get me a massage. Tyrone, is that Stacy R? It says retired now. I can hardly wait for PH to open. Man, this is a magical place. If this is your place, but some people, you either love the Philippines or you hate it. There's no in between. There's nobody like, oh, let me think about if I'm going back. You either say, hell no, I'm not going back, or you say, yeah, I can't wait to go back. I've never met anybody that says, let's see. Should I go back, though, to Cebu City and see that beautiful woman with long flowing hair, coochie colors, perfect skin, and does everything I ask her to do? Or should I go back to the BBBWs in Louisville, Kentucky? I've never met anybody like that. Yeah, Cal Deadman. Now, this is truth. This is facts right here. He said, I tell all of the guys, when you leave the Philippines, you will feel like crying. Watch. That's facts. And I heard a guy say that about Brazil. But I promise you it's facts over here. Yeah, Rams and Dodgers fan. I could do that, but see, the problem is you're going to see some shit. Man, even here in San Carlos City, in this little bitty place, it's some serious eye candy here, man. I promise you, Rams and Dodgers fans, you wouldn't believe it. But they don't know it. It's not like in America where you got 100 guys telling you how beautiful you look. It's not like that over here because there's so many of them, and then the men aren't even looking. They're busy working and trying to earn a living. They're not even paying the women no attention. I'm sitting there, tongue dragging the ground, chin dragging the ground. Dana Middleton said, Calvin, your video about the advantages of dating a Filipino over 30 years old was great. Hopefully that will open the eyes of many of your subscribers. Thank you, Dana. But the bottom line is, there's no right or wrong answer. People like what they like. Having dated older women and younger women, I see the great advantages, of dating a woman over 30. Because had I not been with Laura, a couple of things wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't be here right now, and then I wouldn't have my vaccine. She knows she don't only know how to go out and get what I need, but she knows who to talk to. That's important for me. I can't be over. I don't know anybody over here. I need somebody that, hey, look, I need to get my vaccine. Because I said, look, I'm a sitting duck over here. I got to get my vaccine. Or, hey, I might go home. Boom. The very next day, I was in that damn line. Roy Jones said, you are one of the moderators, better pick me up at the airport. No, you don't. You won't have to do it. But yeah, it's true about feeling like crying. Travel Mike said, hell, I did tear up when I went back. The very first time I came over, I didn't know what it was, man. I was depressed as hell, man. When the woman went out, man, I'm still sitting there because you got to be there 4 hours, and you seeing people come in the Philippines, they're all fired up. Man, I felt like crying, man. I hated getting back on that plane. But the good thing is, once you get on that plane and it takes off, you feel better. Reality kicks in, you gone. But man, I tell you, it's heartbreaking, man. Hey, Steve Yee says, saw your vlog with you walking your hood, nice area, been to Mercia and Bacolod. Going to put St. Carlos on my list. Yeah, I go through there, Mercia, on my way to Bacolod. We go through the mountains, and yeah, I like it. But yeah, San Carlos City is a nice place. I mean, it's shot. But Carol Deadman hit that one on the nose, guys. You're gonna cry. King Arthur said have a ton of Filipino healthcare workers here in San Diego. Yeah, but they're not real Filipino anymore. They're Filipino Americans. I don't get along with them too much. Yeah, King Arthur, thanks for the super chat. He said most Filipinos here in San Diego are either in healthcare or the post office. Yeah, they're definitely not the dating game. I wouldn't touch a Filipino in the United States with a 30-foot pole. Yeah, Dana Middleton. See, you're exactly right. He said a 30-year-old is still in her prime physically. In our sick minds, we think a 30-year-old is old. That's young. I'm 58. Okay. Now remember I told you the girl walks by, but then toward the end I say, okay, here comes one of these over, this 30 and over. Man, this woman was beautiful in real life. Body like wow. You seen, but you really didn't see it in person. I'm telling you, man, I don't understand it. Why guys think 30 is old, but some men do, and that's there's nothing wrong with that. Some people just don't like that. Rams Dodgers fan says there are places to watch good local pro boxing in your area. Not here. In Bacolod, I'm sure. In Cebu, most definitely every Friday night at the Waterfront Casino. That's where my barber used to take me. I'm talking about good fights. And then up in Manila, they got MMA. Rams and Dodgers fan, but yeah, in Cebu every Friday night. I mean, good boxing. I got about 12 minutes, guys. I got to go in here and get my damn, and I got to meet him again in the morning. Because, Brian Nichols said westernized. Yeah, this is just me talking. There's nothing uglier than a westernized Filipino, man. She loses everything that makes her attractive to me once they get over there. Remember, my wife was over there, and we used to go around, and the English is just so crazy that it'll make your head explode. Like, lady, just talk your regular English. Quit trying to sound so proper, and it's crazy. Chris Leroy said, what about rooster fights? Yes, they do have rooster fights here. They still have them now. Ryan Jones says, hey, Calvin, hope all is going good. How's the house coming along? I'm going to have an update today, Ryan. Thank you. Cliff and Rue says, are they talking about lockdowns in your area? I'm pretty sure because in the Manila Times today, it says every area in the Philippines now, except for one, Kaluga or something, Caraga, has that Delta variant. They're already GCQ with heightened, restrictions in Bacolod. And anything they do in Bacolod, they do here. So we're still on GCQ. And you dirty puppy, if you dirty puppies on here, he sent me a super chat and told me to take my family to Monica's. Well, we made a reservation. We got a reservation for September the 16th. This place is real popular. And I think he knows it because I think his wife and their children are going the 20th this month. Yeah, 671. Cockfighting is big money on this side of the world. It's bigger. I mean, it's bigger than any other gambling. I don't know if anything's bigger. Not in the Philippines. Travel Mike, thanks for the super chat. He says, just my opinion, I don't want a woman with kids. I don't want a woman still married in the PH. I raised my kids. My only option is younger women for me. And there's no right or wrong answer to that. How many children you got, Mike? Because, see, that would lower. What if the Filipino thought that way? What if the Filipino said, I don't want a foreigner with kids? And some of them don't. They'll tell you they don't. Danny Middleton said, I'm 71 years old, and when I hit the shores of the Philippines, if they are under 40 years old, you need not apply. Yes, it just depends on who you are, brother. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm so thankful having dated younger and having dated what we consider older, because she's not old in any way. Um, she's 39 now. She was 36 when I met her, man. My life has changed dramatically, man. Everything that you see me doing now, including this channel, including me building that house over there, including my health and everything, it just went to a whole other level since I met her. Oh, yeah, Steve. He said worse is a Filipino that gets westernized and then brings a Western attitude. That deals back to the PH. Yeah, you see it. It makes my head hurt. I can't deal with it. That's why I'm over here. That's why the reason why, if you ever ask me should I get married here or there, should I bring my wife to America, I'm going to tell you no, having done it. Having experienced it both ways, I say don't do it, because she's going to lose the things that you love about her, man. I mean, why wouldn't you? After a while, you're going to lose it. But yeah. You go over there and Terry Dale, the last one I made, he said, which blog? I missed her walking back. The one where I said prostitution is illegal. Prostitution in the Philippines is illegal but tolerated. The one I did yesterday. I guess it would be in the morning for you. It would have been morning for you if you're in America. But toward the end, you're going to see her, man. She's going to work. I mean, she's just a bombshell. I mean, she's beautiful, man. I mean, got this little short skirt on. I'm like, where the world does she work? Because she got on a uniform, a light blue top, dark blue skirt, and, man, stockings, long hair, man. She's beautiful. Okay, yours are all grown now. What do they say? I don't want no damn American with kids. Yeah, Ken Horton said blue blouse, black skirt. Yeah, I thought it was blue. Frank Ellis said, I keep saying it, don't ever bring your Filipino to the Matrix. I got to agree with you, man. At the time, I was 40, 2014. Hell, I was 51. But I wasn't in any condition to retire. And my son, really the reason I brought him over, I miss my son terribly. And it's the worst mistake I made. It's the worst mistake I made. Because I could have gave her a good job. A good life over here. Her whole attitude didn't change now. Rams Dodgers fan said, Calvin, you can tell your woman is smart just how she is talked off camera. You can tell you can have real conversation. She seems calm. Some of those 20-year-old girls can barely talk to them. Yeah, see, that's the problem. Remember I told you that the other live stream I had, me and her, we actually have real live conversations. It's hard to do. I mean, you think I'm playing, okay. You can only talk about certain things. They don't really understand what you're saying. They hear you and they can understand your English, but they really don't understand what you're saying. And it's always this all day. I can't deal with that. My woman's just so attentive. She knows me like the back of her hand. And they're begging her to come back to work full time. Because the people that they put in her place, her clients, they're not her, man. She knows that stuff frontwards and backwards, man. Yeah, Mike, there's no right or wrong with that. You like what you like. I dated both, man, and it's really just where I am now in my life, man, where I'm trying to settle down. Now, if I wasn't trying to settle down, it's 18 to 80, blind, crippled, and crazy over here, if you still open for business, then, I'm going to patronize you. But when I'm talking about settling down and, trying to have a decent conversation every now and then, it's one of the biggest regrets, Frank Ellis. He says that's my only regret bringing her over. Yeah, because it complicates things. It really complicates things, man. And, her being who she is, my wife, soon to be ex-wife, unless she meets a man really, really quick, a good man who's going to love her and who's going to take care of her, she's going to have a hard time making it over there. See, she lived good long she was with me. But she struggles, man. And, that's what, keeps me awake sometimes at night. Because I'm responsible for that, really. Not so much I'm talking about financially responsible, but I'm responsible for her being over there struggling like that. See? And I just know those guys over there, they're going to just, they're going to run her through the ringer. By the time she finds a decent man over there, the last time I heard she was dating a truck driver, and what that's all about, guys, and then because one of her friends had texted me and said, y'all need to get back together. You need to fight for the guy she got now. He's no good for her. I'm like, it's none of my business. Don't text me with that stuff. But, she's grown. She's 35 now. Yeah, it's tough over there, Frank. If you over here, if you don't have somebody with you over there, I don't care how you're going to, it's just how it is in America. It's tough over there. I paid her rent twice, sent her money twice, because she earns about $16 an hour. But hell, she went and got an $800 a month apartment. And I'm saying to myself, where's the truck driver? See, she won't answer me when I ask questions like that. I'm like, I thought you was dealing with a truck driver. Hell, ask him to pay your damn rent. Why are you asking me? Tyrone says, yeah, Calvin, she made a choice. Yeah, she did. And, sometimes you just got to, my mother used to say, you made your bed, now you got to lie in it. Mr. Free said, do you guys know what a beta bucks is? I never heard of that. What is a beta bucks? But yeah, if I could do it all again, I just kept over here, man, and just gave her a good life over here. See, she's mad now too, because the life that I told her we were going to live over here, she's seeing me live it with her. And that's what makes her even madder. See, that's why I don't know. That's the reason why I'm telling you guys, I may have to take this gentleman up on his offer, because, she's getting real stupid. AC King says, if you bring a hot Filipino back to the U.S., you'll find out real quick who your friends are. The backstabbers will be trying to backdoor you from day one. It happened to my cousin in the Air Force. Absolutely. It happens all the time. On her job. Because, that next pet video, man, I'm telling you what I seen. Yeah, now she used to work at this place, Hewlett Packard. Not Hewlett Packard. Honeywell, and all the guys and the stuff they would say about me. Oh, he's too old for you. And you're gonna get tired of that. What are you doing with an old man like that? See, AC King, you're exactly right. But if you got a real one, you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, but you know how it is in America. It's different. Now, see, over here, they'll do stuff like, psst, psst. or they'll go like this to the girl. They might do something like that. But in America, if you're not with her, they're gonna be all up on her. The real chat one says, I love what you said in your other video about when you put your book down and your partner picks it up and reads a chapter so you have something to talk about. That shows she's truly invested in you. Yeah, see, whatever book I read, she reads it next. I mean, that's 100% the real chat one. And see, when I met my wife, she used to do the same thing. But when I got over there in the damn matrix, that all changed. There's too many distractions over there. CS says, tell me more about how the next pet destroying relationships. Well, because eventually he's going to keep throwing arrows. And if she doesn't really, if she ain't really into you, she's going to, she's going to bend. She's going to break. I can take care of you better than him. And, all of that. And, Filipinos, they don't really understand that a guy may have a beautiful car and live in the projects. They haven't put that together yet. It's a whole lot that's going on over there. All the tricks and stuff we play over there, they're not hip to all of that. And yeah, if you don't have a real, the thing with me was I had a good one. Hey, thanks, Travel Mike, for that super chat. He says, I've been married 3 times and raised 7 kids. 4 are not mine. And lost all and started over. It's my time. I love kids, but it's my time. I'm not raising no more kids of another woman. No offense, I'm tired. And I hear you, brother. There's no right or wrong about that. It's just that, okay, her children, they're 7 and 15. They're old enough, see? It's not like it's little bitty kids. Now, that probably been something different. It may have been something different there if she had a booby when I went in there, because booby makes my head hurt, and that's my daughter with all that crying and whining. I don't know. Yeah, Wonders of Life says, if you have a real one, keep her there. Like you said, keep an honest person honest. Because after a while, y'all don't understand. I've seen it with my own eyes as a brother over there in my hometown, Louisville, Kentucky. He's married to a Filipino here. And all her friends, that clique, that she got into the wrong clique. That's why I made that video. This is stuff I'm seeing, I'm living, I'm experiencing. Okay. He lives in the hood, but he's got a nice house. Anything's an upgrade from where she's coming from, man. Okay, over here, he's got a nice truck. He's got a good job. He loves her. He's taking good care of her. But when she goes to their houses, one of her friends, the husband owns a construction company. They live on a farm. I'm thinking it's 35, 40 acre farm, pool, swimming pool, the whole 9 yards. And even though she had 3 or 4 kids, when he met her in Angeles City, he took her out of the bar. But anyway, one was married to a doctor, and they're saying, oh, yeah, they're making fun of her. You ain't living the way you should. You need to upgrade from him. He's a black guy. And I'll be damned if she started acting funny, man. So then he sent her back. He didn't try to get her the green card or nothing. He said, bye. And now I promise you this, guys. If you don't believe me, if you don't think this is real life stuff here, and I'm telling y'all, she's living in Pagadian right now, down in Mindanao, in a kubo in the mountains with a Filipino boyfriend. And that's what she gets. That's what she gets. Joe B said, where's Moonshine tonight? We only do that once a week, every Friday. John's a busy man. I couldn't deal with John 5 days a week. I mean, he couldn't deal with me 5 days a week. I certainly can't deal with drinking and stuff 5 days a week. Me and John we done went to fisticuffs over here. I finally have a viral video. Me and John fighting online. Adam Chenoweth said, I'm tired too, and it's time for me to be taken care of. Yeah, see? And there's nothing wrong with that. But my girl takes good care of me. I mean, like I said last night, man, if she wouldn't have gave me a massage last night, I wouldn't have made it today, man. I was so sore, man. I couldn't move. And her kids are so good, man. They're so well-mannered, They respect me, man, and that's all you can ask, but they're good. Her daughter's a scholar. And, she's doing this Axie Infinity thing now. She's got 9,000 pesos waiting for her at M. Lawyer. So evidently it's real. I didn't think it was real. Yeah, Lance Rankin said my wife is back with her mommy and daddy being stupid. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. It's just, Frank Ellis said, I thought John went to AA. Yeah. Another paint. That's what he went to. Joby said, Cal, what is your plan to return to the Philippines? Well, I've got a couple of options now. See, I've got two sons over here. If I really wanted to desperate, which I'm probably going to be desperate. I've got a son over here. His U.S. passport is valid, and his Filipino passport is valid. I may just talk to the mother and say, hey, look, my visa's due to expire. Let me take him to, let's say, Hong Kong's back open for the Philippines. Let me go there and bring him back and do the balik bayan, because you can do the balik bayan with your children long as you've got the birth certificate, the original. See? But yeah, Lance Rankin, that kind of stuff bothers me. Paul Smith said, good cautionary tale, Calvin. She overlooked her own good luck. Oh, yeah, most definitely she did. Because the girl had a special child and a regular child. You should have stayed over here, but that happens all the time. They get over there and then all of a sudden you're not good enough anymore because her friends say you're not good enough. They forget everything you've done for them. They forget about all the sacrifices, all the money you spent, everything. I'm telling you, man, they forget. But then some of them they have bad luck. One lady she's married to an expat. He's never been to the Philippines, but he's a good guy. But she just married the wrong guy. Got over there and she told us some weird stuff was going on. Him and his mother were sleeping in the same bed and they never had sex and never. And he ended up taking her to Alabama and leaving her. And some of them are like that. So they have, instead of her coming back, she's saying, no, I'm going to stay here, and make the best of it. And she has, Hey, Joe B, thanks for that super sticker, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I just want to be happy too. That's where it is for me. Because you'll be surprised how your life will change if you're just happy. If you get all that stress and all that weight, all that burden off of you, man, and you feel lighter. It's like you can fly. That's how I feel over here. That's how I feel with her. That's why I've been able, my channel's growing, man. I was able to build that house over there. I'm in great shape now. It's even going to get better now with this tennis. Now that I can play tennis 3 or 4 times a week. Lance Rankin says, yeah, brother. The worst thing I did was having her move with me in the States for 2 years before moving to the Philippines. Wow. Yeah, I just don't. Now, like I said, some guys, they're not able to come back to the Philippines and they want the girl right there beside them, so they bring them over there. But, it's just so much that can go wrong, man, Tyrone Stacy says, never flew before. Friends tell me to take a short flight before considering an 18-hour one. that's a good idea just for the takeoff and landing part of it. But it's really no big deal, really. You know, as you get older, you start getting in your head. We think too much. You know, the fact is, Tyrone, is this. This is a fact, not coming from me. You can Google this. You're more likely to slip in your shower and hit your head on the back of your tub and die than ever having an accident in a plane. And remember, 95% of plane crashes, the people survive. It's a lot of plane crashes, but they don't be in the news because nobody died. Those are the ones that make the news most of the time. It's safe, man, you know, but Love Beat Music, Brother Cal, even though he's your son, will you feel comfortable traveling without the mom? Don't forget you told us about the Filipino current running him out. Now, but see, he's my son, so you don't have to worry about that, Love Beat Music. If they're your kids, you can go around with them. It doesn't matter. And hell, we look just alike. I'm saying, okay, she's got a 7-year-old, she's got a 15-year-old. If she told me, hey, honey, take them to the mall, go shopping with them, buy them some clothes to wear to church on Sunday, I couldn't do that. I wouldn't do it. See? That's what I'm talking about. But if it's your own children, travel, Mike, no, you're wrong. Oh, okay, it's another travel, Mike. I'm going to get rid of him. I see you, Mike. Somebody's already got you, Mike, already. That was quick, travel, Mike. I know I got rid of him. That was quick. I mean, really. They on to you already, Mike. Hey, says Travel Vlogs. Have you ever lived in the States, says Travel Vlogs? AC King said, I was married for 40 years to a woman who wasn't interested in anything I did. Matter of fact, she thought my interests and hobbies were dull. I was miserable. Having common interests is a big plus. It is. Now, why did you stay in that for 40 years? I know it's a lot of stuff, but can you share that with us, AC King? Did you become codependent? Lance Rankin said, my friend's wife was the main reason, feeding her head with BS. Yeah, and a Phil friend feeding her head up as well. Filipinos assimilate real quick. Yeah, man, let's see, he's bearing witness to everything I said on that. Stop, don't bring your Filipino home video. Okay, first of all, Filipinos, what on that video I said what I admire about Filipinos is they're able to assimilate. You know, they work all around the world. They're successful all over the world, Filipinos are. And they can assimilate into a country real quick. Now, what country on the planet is more easy to assimilate than America? And that's what happens, man. They get in there, man, and Hey, thanks, Cal, for that too. They said, Cal, can you adopt me? Man, it'd be a hell of an adoption. Should be the other way around, man. Hey, says Travel Vlogs, have you been to the States before? Sig 671 says, hey, I know a lot of people that can relate. A few of my friends' dads met Filipino women and brought them here to Guam to live. They tell me that they see the change almost instantly. I tell you, the minute they get off the plane, I promise you that. The minute they get off the plane, their hair's on fire. I'm in America now. All they've heard about is America and England and France and all those places their whole life. Now they there. My God. What's up, Daryl Fullmore? That's my buddy out there in Seattle, Washington. I saw that 2021 What was that you bought, man? That thing looks good, brother. But that's probably how good is it on gas, Daryl? I forgot what you have. Says Travel Vlog says, anyone like sake? AC King said for the kids. 2 exceptional daughters, both university graduates and now successful professionals. I think a broken home would have hurt their development. Man, that's so powerful, AC King. I think that's what happened to my daughters, man. They were doing so well when me and my wife were together, but my wife was just ignorant. That's all I can tell you. I couldn't put up with it. I put up with it for 18 years, and that was it. My oldest daughter was 15 when I left, and they don't like me today. Well, they hold that against me today. You know, we're still close, but I think if I'd have stayed there, because, man, they showed so much promise. But after we broke up, they became somebody else. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I have to take my hat off to you, man, that you were able to do that. Okay. Daryl says a Nissan. Is that a Rogue? Yeah, Nissan Rogue. 24 miles per hour city, 32 hours highway. Man, that thing is sharp, brother. Sam Chaplin said, AC King, bro, you're absolutely right. Went through the same thing. Would have celebrated 40 years with ex 2 weeks ago. Instead, now celebrating 4 years of marriage with my Filipina. Yeah. I just hit a wall, man. I couldn't deal with that. And then, you know, I used to come home sometimes. You know, it was okay for her to get mad. I couldn't get mad. She can get mad and throw, and knock everything off the dresser, you know, and have her little fits. But I couldn't do that. And so I said, okay, I'm just going to get out of here. Devon White said, Calvin, your honesty is hilarious at times. No, really, man. She got ignorant, man. I couldn't deal with it. Joe B said, Cal, I can't believe you're 58. You look in your 40s. Philippines is your fountain of youth. Man, I love the Philippines, Joe B. I'm going to tell you, it may not happen for everybody here. It may be somewhere else, man. But if you're miserable where you are, man, I'd have to get out here on the 197. The Earth's 197 million square miles, man. Approximately 58 million square miles where you can actually live. There's no need to be miserable anywhere. Yeah, Love Beat Music said, and Calvin bought a great house for less than the Nissan. I think I did. He bought that 2021, but you know, Daryl Fulmore ain't no joke though. He's the real deal. He knows what he's doing. He wouldn't have bought it. Hey, buddy, that's my next door neighbor. Oh, okay. Daryl Foreman said, Brother Cal, my wife asked for that. I said, yeah. She said, oh, man. Yeah. But see, you got you got lucky, brother. Well, no, you didn't get lucky. Most of us, you know, we get a good woman. You got a good one, brother. Yeah, she wanted that car, huh? But yeah, I'm gonna sing that Basil Valdez for her. I owe my Filipino subscribers a song because they're not hip to Keep Sweat. I sung the Keep Sweat and I lost them with that. They're not hip to Keep Sweat. Yeah, Tim Mitty, man. He said, and that's why I've avoided Western women, the double standard. Happy with my wife from China because she loves me and is focused on family. Yeah, it is a double standard. I already told you, I'm the one supposed to lose weight, stay in shape, stop smoking, stop drinking, you know, show her all the attention, you know, become this Superman. But it's okay for her to transform into a BBBW, you know. You know, I'm supposed to look good and be the best that I could possibly be, but she's supposed to be able to eat 6 meals a day, you know, and, have a damn spare tire around the waist and all that, see. Mr. K said, I sang Keep Sweat on my karaoke tonight. I like Keep Sweat. Mr. Free said B, 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 and W. Yeah. Now, this is a B, 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 W. A big, beautiful black woman, yeah, but it's okay. They want you to be this, they want you to be perfect over there, but it's okay for them. It's the inside that counts. Beauty's in the eyes of a beholder and all that stuff. No, I'm sorry. Oh, wow. AC King said, P.S. the wife was frigid, totally frigid for the last 10 years. I need a Filipino overhaul with a new engine and transmission. Yeah. See, there's nothing wrong with you, AC, because I thought something was wrong with me. I got over here, man, hell. She popped open that hood, got the tinking around a little bit. Said, yeah, I know what's wrong. Next thing you know, man, I was back rolling on all 12 cylinders, man. Jim Canorius like to get pegs at SPG is damaged goods now. Take a look at some of the company she keeps at the moment. What's SPG? Who's that? Your boyfriend's from Seattle. I'm sorry, Sashi. I'm from Kentucky. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. City of the Big Three. Kentucky Fried Chicken, Ali, and me. That's a joke. Oh, man. Mr. K said subject of Kevin Samuels tonight was Lizzo and Cardi B. Give excuses to be fat. Yeah. But if I would have put on some weight, man, she would have left me. But it was okay for her to drink and just go crazy and everything like that, but not me. No, I'm sorry. And I think that's what eventually happened. She just got too big and, like I said, you got to lift up that damn hood and try to, I can't hold this up. I can't concentrate. Rashawn P. says, you got to mention them Kentucky Wildcats. I'm a Louisville fan. Even though I was born in Lexington, my mother, before she died, she grew up her whole life in Lexington and around that area. She was a big Wildcat fan. But I'm going to tell you something. I used to hate Kentucky. But now I don't even care. I don't even watch the game anymore, Rashawn P. I promise you. I've changed since I come over here. Brian Nichols said Cardi B not fat, just run through. Yeah, and see, it's okay for women now to have a lot of men. But if you do it, you're wrong. And if a woman ups and divorces you over there, oh, yeah, I hear you, sister. Get your freedom. But if you do it, you wrong. You dead wrong. Yeah, Wonders of Life. I was her eye candy. Man, I'll show you one of the last pictures we took. It was at a concert. I had this nice suit on there, and she just looks like, I don't know, just a pig in a blanket, basically. Ram Dodgers fans said, Calvin, Samuel's dish is straight. I'm a white guy, but he's taught me a lot watching this channel. I've never really watched him. A lot of times he's in a car. Now, does he do all his videos in a car or not? Oh, okay, Michael Dawsonville. Yeah, I'm going to get off here, man. I said I was going to get off. I done went over, but that's okay. I got about 6 minutes. Yeah, Brian Nichols, UK's decent at football now. Yeah, it takes a while for these football coaches, but a lot of these they had patience with him because it really takes a lot. Cardi B's currently pregnant. Yeah. Yeah, J.A. said, Calvin, I got to protect my back and my knees now. I don't do no heavy lifting. Yeah, and it's just something, I don't look good with a big woman beside me. And I'm not picking on big women. I'm just telling you now, I'm 58. I'm going to say what's on my mind. I want what I want. If Travel Mike don't want kids, then I don't want a BBW. I don't want a BBBW, a BBW, a BBWW. I don't want a BBWF. No, BBFW, a big, beautiful Filipino woman. I don't want nothing BB nothing. Yeah, I love Beat Muse. He says, are you giving us an update on the house today or tomorrow? Today. But it'll be tomorrow your time. Because it'll be about 5:30 here, so it'll be 5:30 a.m. Tuesday when it uploads. Yeah, I don't want nothing but BBQ. That's all I want. BMW, right, I love the charm, but not BBW. Okay, Thomas King says, I love big ladies. Hey, Harold Kemp, thanks for that super chat, brother. He said, have a great day, buddy. Yeah, thank you, man. I didn't add it to, when you get over here, Harold, I'm going to take you out on the tennis court. I didn't add it to my workout regimen now. Thomas King said he loves big women. Okay, so I'm going to do that video of BBL, Big Beautiful Filipinas. Just for you, Thomas. Because, yeah, I'm done. Yeah, Rory Bellman said Philippines is so far advanced in human and women's rights in Afghanistan. They're getting them out of Afghanistan too now. They be repatriating a lot of Filipinos. Now imagine you're going to accept a job over in Afghanistan. I don't know if you could pay me enough to work over there. I used to do that, Jim. He said, Calvin, you know you want to go pork and just don't get caught. That would used to be in America, man. That's really like my only. I would rather be a BBW than go to bed by myself. You know, but yeah, they just get so attached to you so quick, and then they get mad because you don't want to be seen with them in public. You know, I'm not gonna hold your hand. You know, I don't know you until you get in the bed. J.H. said, I want a BBB. A big, beautiful bank account. Yeah. Thanks, Joe B. I appreciate you. Say you cool down to earth kind of guy. I like to hang out with you and moonshine. I eventually get there. We'll have a ball here, man. I love beat music. Interview some thick, not big Philippines. I love stuff to grab. Real. I tried that before. Hell, y'all gave me 2,000 views. Yeah. See, and that's how it is with my woman now, AC King. He said, I want a woman that when you look at her, my thoughts are, let's go to bed as soon as you're in the mood. That's what she does to me. Yeah, I'm hilarious, Jim, but that's true. I'm not holding your hand in public. Don't, you over on that side of the restaurant, I'm over here. I'm going to pay for it, but you don't even act like you know me. Yeah, Travel Mike. I got it immediately. I got him. England Davis said, I like a spinner. But I'm going to tell you something. Now, if you go to England Davis, I don't know if he's got a picture of his woman on his Facebook. I would say England's got a 8, 9, or 10. She's depending on what you like. She's no less than an 8. That's for sure. Okay, guys. Yeah, I'm going to get off here. My knees are hurting. Good thing I got a spinner in there. If I had a BBW in there, man, I'd be in trouble right now. But thank you, everybody, for your super chats, your super stickers, your thumbs up. Let's see if we can get 200 before we get off here, guys. Thank you, Rams Dodgers fans. Later, Jim. Yeah, Michael Dorseyville. Big women need loving too, but they ain't gonna get it from me anymore. Team Miniman said Calvin at a restaurant with BBW. Yeah, well, you gotta feed them. With BBW, you gotta feed them, fuck them, and forget them. Oh, man. I just can't get past the smell. But hey, guys, if you're in America, I mean, it's late. It's after midnight. I hope you help somebody before you got into bed. But if you're on one of them late grocery runs, beer runs, weed runs, just getting out second shift, or you're on your lunch break, you see somebody in the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a few dollars. If you're in the Philippines, hell, it's 12:53 p.m. We still have the rest of the day to intentionally go out, find somebody to help. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free. I'll see you next time. Ingram Davis said, my girl's a 10 plus. Now, she's beautiful, though. I have to give you that. But that would mean she's perfect. Yeah, Brian Nichols, after F to be the BBW. Take care, guys. I'll see y'all with the update later.